As cyber attacks continue to dominate the headlines, it's starting to feel like no company is safe from these debilitating digital assaults. Hey, look, just last week, even Microsoft got hacked by a Russian state-sponsored actor. Microsoft's got a huge cybersecurity business itself. So now some people are wondering, how reliable can any cybersecurity firm be in this environment? And that's why I thought it'd be a good time to check in with Kramer Fave Crowdstrike. That's a cloud-native cybersecurity kingpin. Stock up more than 17% year-to-date, surging 142% in 2023. Let's take a close look with George Kurtz, the co-founder, president, and CEO of Crowdstrike, to get a better read of the situation. Mr. Kurtz, welcome back to Mad Money.
Great to be here, Jim.
Okay, so George, explain to me, first of all, how this could happen. You've got a company that has got the largest business in the world for cyber attacks, and yet here it is being compromised by Midnight Blizzard. And is this something that you've heard of, Midnight Blizzard? And it should have been something that they could have stopped.
Sure, Jim. Well, obviously, as we've talked about many times, security is a hard problem, and the adversaries are determined. What we're talking about here is the Russian SVR, which is the equivalent of the U.S. CIA, if you will, just to make it easy for your viewers. It's a very determined adversary, and this is not the first time that they've penetrated Microsoft's network. We talk about SolarWinds hack. It really should be called the Microsoft hack because they were a big part of that compromise in terms of having their infrastructure and credentials being compromised and used in that SolarWinds attack. So when we think about the SVR, we think about the Russians. They're very determined, and it shows you, the level of security that is needed to be able to keep these adversaries out.
Well, is it possible that any one company can do it? I mean, shouldn't say Microsoft combine with CrowdStrike, maybe together? More minds, more ability to be able to spot something. Wouldn't that be a good way to go?
Well, I think this gets back to what you and I have talked about many times. Good enough security is not good enough. And I think this is one of those areas. If I take my CEO hat off and I put on my Patriot hat, which I am, Jim, an American, I think what you're seeing here is systemic failures by Microsoft, putting not only their customers at risk, but the U.S. government at risk, which is a big customer of theirs. We saw this in the fall when the Secretary of Commerce's email was compromised. We saw this in 22 when Lapsus, a teenage group, was able to compromise Microsoft. We saw this with SolarWinds. So the hits keep coming, and at some point, we have to say, is good enough security good enough?
All right, now just, we're reaching out to Microsoft for comment, obviously, because Microsoft is a great company, we all know. But I hear something from J.P. Morgan that came out January 8th. It said Microsoft's market share is not mutually exclusive. Enterprises tend to use standalone endpoint vendors in addition to Microsoft. Although the scale of Microsoft's endpoint real estate and telemetry can be viewed as a competitive advantage, the scale cuts both ways, as Microsoft also remains the source of a large number of vulnerabilities. Is that how you see it?
Well, when we actually get called in to do incident response, Jim, and we're one of the largest firms that actually come in addition to our technology, but come in and help customers respond from these breaches, right? And typically they're not customers, right? They're prospects that we turn into customers. So at the end of the day, what do we see? We see Microsoft vulnerabilities being exploited. We see the failure in their directory services infrastructure being abused, and identities being stolen and being used to compromise systems across the network. So this is what we actually see. So we have many Microsoft customers, even with their E5 licenses, which are still CrowdStrike customers because they're looking for that added layer of protection, which is what the report you mentioned was going to.
All right, do you think people are aware this was apparently went to the highest level? The senior leadership team got hacked. What have they found, the Russians? I mean, it could be anything, right?
It could be anything, but I'm confused because when I read the blog post that came out on a Friday and the 8K came out on a Friday night, I'm confused because what Microsoft talks about is it was a non-production test environment. So how does a non-production test environment lead to the compromise of the most senior officials in Microsoft, their emails in their organization? So I think there's a lot more that's going to come out on this, and I'm, again, confused by reading this, but I'll wait and see what comes out.
So you're saying that Microsoft wasn't as forthcoming as you'd like to see in this 8K?
Well, when you drop this on a Friday at 5 o'clock and you have scant details, I think there's, more to come on it. And when you look at some of the things that Microsoft talks about, its secure initiatives and its marketing around this, If they spent some more time on coming clean on what happened here and less on the marketing and papering over it, I think it would be good for the industry.
Well, you are making it sound like if Microsoft isn't maybe perhaps your single biggest source of clients.
Well, you know what? We're helping all kinds of customers, and I think what I want to get back to is security is a hard problem. One company is not going to solve it all. We're solving a big problem for our customers, and we're helping them protect it against these Microsoft-type breaches and vulnerabilities. And obviously, that's been a successful formula.
All right, well, we know we've had Microsoft on. They care passionately about this. I'm wondering whether boards of directors care passionately about it. There's talk that there could be personal liability of members of the boards of directors if they're not taking this stuff seriously.
Well, this is one of the key areas, and we kind of get back to this disclosure at 5 on a Friday. This was part of the new SEC rules. We had 4 days to actually, once you figure it out, you had 4 days to disclose it. This particular issue, I guess, stemmed in November. They finally figured it out, and it came out last week. But this is why the security industry and the how important it is has moved from the back room into the boardroom because of this personal liability, because of what happened with the SEC's mandates. It is absolutely critical to make sure that organizations can protect themselves, but identify a breach like this or an incident before it becomes into a massive breach within a short period of time.
Oh, well, let me play devil's advocate. I'm Microsoft. I'm listening to this interview. I'm thinking, God, Cramer just so in love with CrowdStrike, just completely slags us. So I'm going to ask the logical question. Have you stopped Midnight Blizzard?
We have stopped my Midnight Blizzard. We call it Cozy Bear. And this is one of those areas where, again, this is a very determined adversary, but we've seen Cozy Bear in many different accounts. And the thing that makes them so difficult is they're low and slow, the way they operate. If you look at some of the campaigns that have taken place over the years, it's taken place over many years, right? This is how patient they are. So you have to have a level of telemetry, and you have to have the right algorithms, which we've worked on for 10 plus years to be able to identify and take all these low signals, string them together and say, we have an adversary in the network. This is different than some of the other groups. Some of the Chinese groups are smash and grabs. Even some of the other Russian groups are more smash and grabs. These are low and slow, very patient, very determined, and very hard to actually detect. Well, but we're able to do that.
Well, look, I'm glad you came on. I, too, felt when I saw it that, wow, that seems to be very big. Sorry it came out so late on a Friday. Most people missed it. They were busy watching football. You and I were thinking about this. I want to thank George Kurtz, Crowdstrike co-founder, president, CEO. Thank you for coming on, George. Thank you for explaining the gravity of the situation.
Thank you, Jim.
Man, I'm going to be back here for the break.
Coming up, pop open those umbrellas and tee up your toughest questions. Cramer takes on all comers in the lightning round. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.